With floor 7 completed and Necron farmed to death, the Catacombs fights back with a staggering last breath. Adventurers may enter with this new update, for Master Mode is here. And honestly, it's not great. Hello random people on the internet, my name is Banana, and today we are talking about Master Mode in Hypixel Skyblock. Master Mode is a brand new update that is only for the best of the best players, so you already know I can barely do it because I'm actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but I got co-op kicked, so it's sort of tough for me to do damage. But Master Mode is basically the Catacombs on insane steroids because it is so much harder. Right now we only have up to floor 5 released, and I have only completed up to floor 3. I haven't seen anything on floor 4, but I've watched enough floor 5 gameplay to where I'm pretty much a master at it, and I've talked to the best of the best players, and I just want to discuss everything about Master Mode today because I like it and I also don't like it. I don't think it is that amazing. I think there could have been more, but I also do think that there are some good aspects of it, and that is what I want to talk about today. Before we get to that, I just want to remind you that if you enjoy this video or if it helps you out at all, I would really appreciate a subscription. You can always undo it later, and it is the best way to support my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. So what is different about Master Mode, you may be asking, if you are an unexperienced player or you haven't played in a bit? Well, Master Mode is pretty much the early on floors with an insanely increased difficulty with increased XP as well. The increased difficulty comes in the form of higher health mobs, different things going on in the bosses, like every boss has a tiny bit of a little different gimmick that is new, and just a overall increase in health in everything because everything hurts way more and everything takes a lot more damage to kill. So these are some pretty tough floors. Currently I am Catacombs level 31, I believe, and I can confidently do floor 2 Master Mode. I could probably do floor 3 with a good team. I can't really find a team that's good enough to do it because you really do need an amazing berserker in it. But Master Mode is definitely really difficult is the point I'm trying to get across. Because Cata 32, it's not high by any means, but it's not low either when it comes to the grand scheme of Skyblock. When you look at the majority of players, I would bet a lot of you are lower than Catacombs 31. And I don't even know if I can't even enter on floor 5. Floor 5 has a Cata 32 requirement. Each of these floors has an increasing requirement, and Catacombs 32 is required for the highest floor right now. And I can't even enter that. So the majority of players can't do Master Mode. This is meant for the endgame players in the game who are just grinding Catacombs XP. And some of them can't even do it. And that is the first thing I want to touch on, the difficulty in this. I love difficulty. Difficulty in Skyblock is something I've talked about a lot. I've talked about whether it is too hard, whether it's too easy. There is a lot of things going on when it comes to difficulty in Skyblock, and I think this is the first time where it has actually challenged us for a long period of time, because floor 5 Master Mode is challenging some of the best players. You look at parties such as like Deathstreak's party, 15H, there's a lot of these really high up players. Deathstreak's party is all above Catacombs 40. Deathstreak's himself is at Catacombs 46, and they're still failing runs. That should say something about the difficulty of these floors. I think it is amazing. I'm going to try and show some gameplay of floor 2 because floor 2 is really tough for people at my Catacombs level. It's much easier for people with really good berserkers, but the enemies in here destroy you. Scarf, if he goes up into the air, he one-shots you. He literally just goes off. You need to run different classes, which is another amazing thing. When you look at Party Finder, no longer is it just 5 mages and that's it, or 4 mages, 1 archer. That was a really common team loadout. Now the team setup is no dupes. That is, I've been running that for a while at the beginning of dungeons, like when we go back to when I played with like Mechs and Cookie No Rookie and all them, we ran no dupes in dungeons, but it wasn't meta because none of the classes were good. But we saw a buff to healer, we saw a buff to tank, we saw a buff to berserker, and all of those classes are now very relevant in these future floors. So I think the difficulty and the class utilization on these floors is just phenomenal. It is a breath of fresh air for dungeons. But what are you given for this difficulty? What are you rewarded with for beating Master Mode? And that is where my problem with Master Mode starts to come in, because as of right now, there is no new loot in Master Mode. There is nothing, and they said yet. There is not loot as of yet, so maybe floor 6, maybe floor 7, we will see something. I am really looking forward to that, but as of right now, there is nothing new in loot. So why would you do Master Mode? Well, the XP for Master Mode is pretty good. The XP in Master Mode was really, really good for the first 2 days here, because there was a bug where you would pretty much get double XP every run because it wouldn't count you as getting your first completion of a Master Mode run. So every Master Mode Floor 5 run was giving 110,000 XP. This is over 3 times more than what Floor 7 gives for all of the dungeon sweats, and although they were getting no loot, they were still doing Master Mode Floor 5 because it was just worth it. If they beat the run, they got 110k XP. If they didn't beat the run, they got like 30 something k XP, and they would just try and run it back. It wasn't a consistent completion because, as I said, it is very difficult. They were only completing about 40% of runs if they got to the boss fight, from what I've heard stat-wise. But the XP ended up making it worth it. Today, the admins patched the XP from Master Mode to where now it is not double XP, and you only get 55k for a Floor 5 completion. This still is better rates than Floor 7, but you have to remember that Floor 7 gives some of the best money in the game, and also Floor 7 is consistent. You don't see these endgame level 46 Catacombs players like Deathstreaks failing a Floor 7 run, and that is because they have, for one, like 10,000 runs of Floor 7 in their belt, but they also just, it's not that hard. Floor 7 is not that difficult, and it is giving 33k compared to the 55k XP you're getting on Master Mode Floor 5, and you have the chance to get a Necron's Handle, which is literally just 200 million coins for free. So right now, Master Mode is in a really weird spot where there's no reason, there's no really large incentive to go for it, because you're going into this much more difficult, much more inconsistent run with no money involved in it and only a smaller chance of getting more XP, because now if you fail a Master Mode Floor 5 completion, you get less XP than you would have on a Floor 7 run, and Floor 7 is going to be just as fast, if not faster than a Master Mode Floor 5. It is faster than a Master Mode Floor 5, let's just be honest here. It's faster, it's consistent, and it has money. And Floor 5 has none of those right now. So Master Mode is not being ran much by a lot of people. So the question with Master Mode really comes down to this, and that is, who are they making Master Mode for? You're looking at Master Mode as an opportunity to just grind more Catacombs XP and increase your difficulty in your Catacombs runs, because difficulty has not been too much of a problem for a long time in the Catacombs. Once you get to a certain level, which is really the level they're designing Master Mode for, you don't have much difficulty and you can just breeze through every single run. But Master Mode is tough. Master Mode is that difficulty that a lot of people have wanted in Skyblock, but there's basically no rewards for it. I'm very, very hopeful for Floor 7. I'm going to put some hopes out here right now. I really hope that they reward you with a drop that allows you to fly in the Floor 7 boss fight to bring back that experience that people once had. I think that that would be an amazing drop, and I'm sure people would pay a lot of coins for that as well. I hope they do that. I don't see them really doing that. I don't think the admins liked people flying in Floor 7, but maybe they'll do it. I can hope, but it needs some form of rewards. You need some form of balancing the XP. Like, if you're not going to give us new rewards, at least let people keep grinding with 110,000 XP, because that's still not that absurd when it comes to grinding Catacombs 50. It's still going to take Deathstreaks, who is Catacombs 46.3 or something, an extra, like, month if he had those 110 XP rates, and he was grinding for, like, 12, 14 hours a day. So, literally, it's not a terrible trade-off to give people no loot but some XP. But right now, you're getting no loot, no XP, and your runs are gonna fail probably about 60% of the time, because the floor is literally that random. Livid will just occasionally throw a potion down, kill all of you, and it's just not worth it. That's all I really had to say on Master Mode today. Let me know down below if you have gotten into grinding any of the Catacombs Master Modes and how many runs you have of the floor. I feel like Master Mode is something that is really fun for a lot of people who want that challenge in Skyblock, but it does suck to do a challenge without being adequately rewarded for it. So I hope that they fix that. I hope that they either make runs more consistent if they're going to keep these low XP rates, or they give us back the 110k XP, because I feel like that wasn't absurdly unfair, because it was a really tough floor, and it still is, because literally after they nerfed the XP, they then buffed the floor to be harder, which does not make sense to me at all. They literally like doubled the health of every livid in there, and I'm pretty sure that only like 50 people can consistently beat Master Mode Floor 5. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.